Hello everybody and welcome back. We are designing characters based off of Japanese snacks with Bokksu. In the spirit of Junicorn that I am apparently going to keep running with, we are going to be designing horses, be it unicorns, pegasus, mermaid horses. If you don't know what Bokksu is, it's a monthly subscription for delicious Japanese snacks. Not only do they include familiar brands, but they also source from local and family-owned businesses that make their own sweets, so I'm pretty excited to see what they have in store. When you sign up, your first box is this Seasons of Japan, which is themed to the seasonal flavors of Japan, so I'm super excited. Thank you so much to Bokksu for supporting this channel. I am anxious to try these snacks and of course get to designing, so let's hop into it. Our first snack are these Suppo Mucho Plum potato sticks. Obviously you can't go wrong with a salty, crunchy potato snack, but these also have a hint of pickled plum, which is amazing. Despite these sticks already being the perfect unicorn horn shape, I thought I would go in the more silly, lumpy potato route because these are potato sticks, and I think one of my favorite creatures to create during these series is the lumpy potato creatures. Basically, I just draw a potato that is vaguely in the shape of whatever creature I'm creating and then stick some limbs on them that are made out of the potato roots. You know, the things that grow out of a potato when you buy them at the supermarket and then you forget about the potato and find it in the back of your cupboard 4 months later. Because these potato sticks were also plum flavored, I thought it would be really fun to add a splash of color and just some fun little details to just put these little ball shapes on the horse here and there. So around the ankles, around the base of the tail, on the end of the tail, and of course on the unicorn horn. I think this design turned out really fun, especially when you think about unicorns. They are usually very majestic and beautiful, yet here we have a literal derpy potato unicorn character. Our next horse is going to be based off of the Mochi Dango Mochi. Honestly, I just love mochi. The texture is really fun and they're not too sweet. To design our next unicorn, I thought it would be really interesting to include the stick that normally holds these 3 mochi balls together. Usually they're on a stick and you eat them. So I thought it would be fun to have that stick all the way through to be the unicorn's horn. But when it came to the rest of the structure of this horse, things get a little, well, let's just say you have to use your imagination. I wanted to approach this one a little bit more abstract, a little bit more creative. So instead of literally drawing a horse, I have our 3 ball shapes with a little bit of a face shape of the horse. The sauce that is dripping over each ball, I wanted to pretend that the sauce dripping the farthest down is the legs, and then the red sauce in the back was supposed to be the tail of the horse. So overall, even though this one is very simple, if you use your imagination a little bit, it kind of works. I also threw in some sparkles just to keep things a little bit more colorful for unicorn, especially around the horn to represent magic. Our next horse is going to be based off of this Pear fromage biscuit. A sweet, crunchy biscuit filled with a fruity, creamy center. This is where things start to get quite silly, and I started to question what really made a horse character when it came to my designs. I think having the vague shape and representation of what a horse looks like was pretty good. This pear-shaped horse pretty much looks like it could be a very, I don't know, vague mythical creature with a horn, but we're going to pretend it's a horse. So basically, I just turned a pear into a unicorn. I thought it would be really cute to turn that little stick that comes out of a pear into the actual horn for the unicorn. And basically I just used that lumpy pear body to create our horse. But I did want to include other parts of the snack, so I took the creamy cheese bit and maybe pretended that, somewhat similar to a pig, this horse creature likes to spend time in a cheese sauce. Let's not question it. Our next treat is exclusively made for Bokksu. We have a white strawberry. This is nothing like I've ever had. This is a freeze-dried strawberry infused with white chocolate. My mind is kind of blown. So I was really just blown away by this snack. It was a very interesting texture and concept. So I wanted to go with the whole fact that this strawberry was infused with white chocolate. So I wanted to focus on a horse creature that was maybe being created in a lab. So it was being infused with all sorts of liquids and weird things. So because our horse creature was going to be in a vial or a test tube or something being scienced upon, and especially because this horse was going to be in liquid, it was appropriate for this to be our first hippocampus, which is basically a mermaid horse. This horse character was especially fun to create. We have our horse character in our test tube thing being infused with all sorts of little tubes around it. Whether it was created in this lab or if it's just being tested for different things, who knows? But this one turned out kind of creepy, kind of cute, and overall I really like it, especially because it came from a white chocolate infused strawberry. Here we have a creepy mermaid horse. Moving from spring to summer, we have uni rice crackers. A simple rice cracker with just a hint of sea urchin. It's not bad. So while we're on the subject of hippocampus, I wanted to create a horse character that was obviously a mermaid horse, but I didn't want to use your typical fishtail. I thought it would be really silly if we created a horse character that was half sea urchin, half horse. This one is definitely more on the simple side, but I just couldn't resist this sort of punk looking seahorse that was coming out of this really dark, spiky thing. But also I decided to give it a unicorn horn because it is just such a spiny little horse. It needed another horn on its head. So overall, this one's very simple. I stuck with a very gray scale color palette. So obviously I decided to base the design of this horse creature more on what the snack is made out of, sea urchin, and not so much what the snack looks like, which is white and puffy, which is somehow I am just now realizing is the complete opposite of the design. Next up we have don don yaki. The rice cracker was a simple flavor. This one packs quite a flavorful punch. We have yet to design a Pegasus character, which if you don't know is a horse with wings, so let's get on that. When I look at these brown, puffy, small snacks all gathered there, I can't help but think of maybe a very young chick or just a young bird that hasn't quite gotten its feathers yet, so it's still kind of poofy. So that is what I thought of when I saw this snack. So I wanted to design a baby Pegasus that had just hatched. It's all fluffy and brown and it doesn't have the ability to fly yet. To be honest, I originally thought of making a whole nest full of baby Pegasus waiting to be fed by their mother, but then I thought, do I really want to draw an adult horse barfing into the mouth of 5 baby horses? I love freaking you guys out with my weird designs, but I think I'm gonna hold off on that one maybe this time. So overall, honestly, not much to say. It's a very simple design. A fluffy brown baby Pegasus just hatched. Does it fit into that egg? Let's not question it. Next up, we have a Yuzu sake candy. This candy is so light and refreshing, and you can even see little bits of yuzu inside of it, which is pretty cute. Okay, let's design a boring plain horse, shall we? Taking inspiration from this hard candy and the fact that it is sort of like a crystal clear, hard material, and because it is based off of a orange alcoholic beverage, I thought it would be really fun to design a punch bowl that is horse-shaped and basically just fill it in with this yuzu sake flavored drink, and that's going to be the horse. Obviously, this isn't the most detailed horse shape when it comes to a glass bowl, but you know what? It's vaguely horse-shaped. Basically, I just had a lot of fun layering the yellow bright colors and just really pushing the fact that this horse is a crystal clear, transparent color, and this one just turned out really bold, very colorful, playful, fun. I really like this one, and I think it has some good, cute energy. Our first plain horse, I think it holds up pretty well against the others. Our next horse will be based off of this Setochi Sudachi citrus flavored seaweed tempura snacks. Not only does it visually look very interesting, which I'm fun to play around with, but the flavor is so crazy. First you get hit with that citrus and then it's salty. So obviously, because we were designing a horse character off of tempura, we had to take a mermaid horse, kill it, fry it up, and would you eat it? I was using a lot of really good horse references when designing these horse characters, even though I did end up changing them a lot with the stylization. There was a really good example of a horse laying down, which I thought would be perfect for a dead horse. So I took this hippocampus and fried up its tail, and I really wanted to base the colors off of maybe a shrimp tempura. Shrimp has a lovely bright orangey red pink color to it. Even though our snack is this dark earthy green fried seaweed color, I did want to brighten it up a little bit and make it a little bit more playful. You know, a playful dead horse. I did, however, make its mane out of a darker pink seaweed, so I guess there's that reference to the snack, but overall, even though this one is kind of sad, it is very bright and colorful and fun. Our first snack of the fall is this Aomori apple caramel yakoi sable. Okay, this cookie smells incredible, it tastes incredible. It's like an apple pie in cookie form. Going into this horse design, I really wanted to think of a way to include the cookie aspect or maybe even apple pie, but all I could think of was making this really lumpy, thick, round, apple-shaped horse. So although the actual shape of this horse's body isn't very horse-like, just like our Pear horse design, it's still a horse-like creature, just very heavily based on the fruit. To make it even more playful and silly, I thought it would be really fun to have a hole in this horse's body where a worm is coming out of it and spooking the horse. Don't ask me how this horse works. Does it have body parts? Does it have intestines, a heart, a stomach? Or is it just apple inside? Is it just hollow inside? There are a lot of questions I have about this horse's anatomy, but basically there it is. It's kind of boring, kind of plain, but I find that the playful idea behind this horse with a worm coming out of it makes up for that. Our next horse character is going to be based off of the Matcha chocolate stick cake. It's chocolatey, the matcha flavor is subtle, which is good for someone like me who doesn't like matcha. Love it. This design is definitely one of my favorites in this video. So when I looked at the snack, I definitely took inspiration from the shape and the color of it and not so much what it actually was, which was matcha and cake. It has a very nice green earthy color. It has lovely browns and it's kind of a log shape. So I couldn't help but think of a horse that was made out of wood, hence the log. And I really wanted to give it these nice big leaf wings and just kind of go with this really earthy, strangely shaped and just really weird, mysterious, mythological creature that somehow alive even though it is made out of wood and leaves. Who knows, maybe this is actually a horse that a witch rides. So a witch enchanted a log and she rides it instead of a broomstick. Ooh, that would be really cute. Oh, now I want to make this into a character. Either way, I absolutely love the colors of this one. I think it's just really fun and interesting and I like it. Our next snack is the black sesame taiko. I love sesame, I love this snack, but also, which snack have I not loved? I think this snack was probably the hardest for me to grab inspiration from. It was basically just a big round black disc, but I was not going to give up, so I was thinking about the ingredients of this snack and I ended up grabbing inspiration from sesame seeds and I just kind of generalized the inspiration from the word seed. Originally, I was thinking about drawing a horse that was cracking open like a seed would when it starts to sprout and just having it sprout a plant. And I guess I was feeling in a narrative mood because I didn't want to just draw a seed with a horse shape and it was cracking open and sprouting. So I wanted to come up with maybe a pegasus horse that was sprouting a plant from its forehead. Maybe it was going to turn into some sort of plant-like unicorn. This horse is growing up into adulthood, it's sprouting. I don't know. A pegasus sprouting a plant out of its forehead, and that's basically it. snack of the fall are these mini Shiruko Sando red bean crackers. If you know what a Ritz cracker sandwich is, this is exactly what that is, but in Japanese form. We have red bean paste in between two crackers, and it's amazing. I love it. Instead of taking inspiration directly from this snack, it being a red bean paste cracker, I kind of took inspiration vaguely from it. It has a purple inside with a sort of breading around it, which kind of reminded me of a jelly sandwich. Well, it was supposed to be more of like a peanut butter jelly sandwich, but I forgot the peanut butter bits in this illustration, so we're going with a jelly sandwich, completely normal. So I haven't done a weird jelly-like monster horse yet, which is a staple in these videos. So even though it doesn't look very horse-like, we have a puddle of grape jelly, which somewhat represents a horse, and its wings are made out of a piece of bread, and there's a bite being taken out of it because why not? I thought it was kind of silly. So the next time you're eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, think, this could be a horse. Maybe I shouldn't eat it. But also, I can't think of the last time I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And also, I am now craving a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Horsey character is going to be based off of this organic Gin Matcha tea. The roasted brown rice in this tea is such an interesting flavor, but honestly, it's very nice. I love this tea. Can there just be something I don't love in this box? Yes, it is time for our liquid designed character. Of course, we are going to create a liquid designed horse. Obviously, we have to start off with a teacup and then design our hippocampus, obviously, because this is a water designed character, so we have to design a mermaid horse. This horse has a solid body, but then I have it gradually change into the tea water form, so even though it is very vague, it definitely looks like a splash of liquid out of the teacup. The ending of the splash has a somewhat V-shaped to represent the mermaid tail. And overall, I just had a lot of fun playing with the transparency of this character and also with the color. So the color of this tea is this brown green color, but I've been really focusing on more bright, vivid illustrations. So instead of combining the brown and green to make a brown green color, I have our horse as the brown and it gradually turns into this bright green tea color. And that's our tea horse. Are the Edamame Senbei. I love edamame, I love kinako. The textures and colors of this cracker are really fun. You'll never believe it, but I love this snack. And this is where things start to get a little weird. After 14 horse designs, you start to think, wow, I sure am tired of drawing horses. Let's just draw them as stupid as possible. And that's what we did. Because this snack is based off of edamame, which is a pea pod-like plant, I wanted to create a horse that was basically a pea pod. So its body is in sections, and then it's being held together with this pea pod sleeve body thing. Overall, I just really pushed how stupid this horse looks. I mean, look at that face. It's both terrifying and stupid looking. And then of course, I couldn't resist adding a little baby at the end, because when you think pea pods, you think separate baby little peas. So I drew a baby pea pod, and I think the baby might be my favorite part. It's very small, it's very cute, and there's our edamame horse. Next up is the Funwari Meijin Mochi Puffs in Kinako flavor. I don't even know what to describe this texture as, but the flavor was also very interesting, kind of sweet, kind of nutty, and overall loved the snack. When you put this snack in your mouth, it basically puffed away in a cloud of soft fluffiness, and it was the most strangest experience I've ever had, but also very delightful and very delicious. Because the look didn't offer much inspiration for this horse, it was just a light brown ball, I thought taking inspiration from the texture and experience of this snack was going to be our best bet. So because it was so cloud-like, I wanted to create a Pegasus character that was is basically a cloud. So there's not much to look at when it comes to this character. Clouds are white, so I wanted to try to put some color onto this cloud. I put some pink and blues to represent the shadows and the light, and it's not much, but it kind of represents a cloud pegasus. I added some birds at the end to try to push the fact that it was a cloud and there are birds, but let me know if this one's working or if it's a total failure. And last but not least, we have the Gudetama Golden Pack Tamago Kake Gohan flavor. I never thought I would enjoy a soy sauce egg rice flavored snack, but here we are. A big Cheeto flavored like rice covered in a raw egg and soy sauce. I thought it would be really fun to completely represent the food that this snack was also representing. So there's a common dish in Japan that's kind of like a comfort food. It's rice with a raw egg and soy sauce. It's very simple, but it has a very simple and delicious taste to it. So obviously I started off with our bowl of white rice and I wanted to create another mermaid horse. So this is another strange one. The body of our horse it's just a body of a horse with no back legs. So we have like a stumpy horse with a tail, and then I gave it a soy sauce mermaid tail. It's a very weird one, but I thought it was really fun to play around with that weird stumpy no back leg horse look. And for whatever reason lately, I've been really enjoying designing mermaid creatures where you can see their body under the tail, where the tail is transparent, and then you have to think, what is inside the tail? Is it legs? Or is it just the stump of a horse's body and its tail? So why not? We have our soy sauce horse eating an egg on a bed of white rice. It's fun. It's cute. And that is it for our horse-themed Japanese characters. Let me know in the comments which of these horse characters was your favorite. Thank you so much to Bokksu for supporting my channel. If you want to get your own Bokksu Japanese snack box, check out the link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay golden! But first, a huge thank you to my patrons for all of their support. You guys are seriously amazing. If you want early access to my videos, secret sketches, and a sneak peek into the progress of my book, check out the Patreon link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!